Hey guys, and welcome to The Bark for Butler 360 Sports. I'm Chelsea Groves.
And I'm Perry Wagner. We got a great show for you today, including an update on the women's tennis team and a check-in on women's basketball star Tori Schickel.
That's right. Our top story for today is about the women's basketball team, their success so far this season, moving forward into Big East play. And Jake Bedell has more.
At the collegiate level, it's difficult for teams to turn things around when they find themselves struggling. Unlike the pros, programs do not have the ability to trade or extend contracts. Butler was a school to break ground. The 2010 and 2011 men's teams brought Butler from a small Midwestern school in the Horizon League to the center of national attention, and an infamous shot put them inches away from immortality. This set up Butler for success in the long run. 8 years later, the women's team find themselves poised for similar success. At 17-5, the Bulldogs have long forgotten about going 6-25 in 2016-17. So, what has changed? According to Butler center Tori Schickel, adjustments have created a new environment for the team.
Yeah, I think it's been a culture change for sure. Our mindset's completely changed. We had that coaching staff change after 2 years ago.
The offseason was a pivotal time for the Dogs. After losing to Marquette in last season's Big East tournament, Butler was sent home to reevaluate the season and make changes. Schickel pointed out that despite the loss, the team knew they had the tools to compete in the future. With new methods of training, nutrition habits, and defensive strategy, the Dogs looked forward to making the most of the start of the new season, and that's exactly what they've done. The ladies outscore opponents by an average of 11 points per game. They shoot about 7% better from the field than opponents, and they out-rebound opponents, retrieving almost 40 boards every time they take the court. The win streaks they put together aren't a surprise. The new culture, with strong mentality, aggressiveness, and more, have led to the women's success in the 2018-2019 campaign. They are all tools of a quality program. If what has been showcased in the first 22 games is here to stay, perhaps Butler will be featured in March yet again. For The Bark, I'm Jake Bedell.
Joining me now is Bark analyst Sam Wiederhaft. Sam, the Dogs have had an up-and-down year so far. They did get that win against Seton Hall last weekend, and that is a start. What do the Dogs need to do now to kind of build momentum as the season moves along?
Well, two tough road games against Georgetown and St. John's coming up for the Bulldogs, and Laval Jordan's teams in his first two seasons with Butler are 4-12 on the road. So he has to get his teams ready for those two road games, ready to get big wins on the road, so then they can start building momentum and face the later part of their conference schedule.
You touched on those road victories. What do the Dogs really need to do to kind of get back into that NCAA tournament conversation?
I mean, I'm going to say it. I think you have to win out. I really think you have to win out to be able to be a name in the factor in the conversation for the NCAA tournament. Your two toughest games are going to be at Villanova and at Marquette, and this Butler team doesn't really have a signature win. You can maybe say Ole Miss, but without a signature win, you have to win at Villanova and Marquette, and that's going to be tough, but unless they make an improbable run in the Big East tournament, they have to win out, in my opinion.
Now the Dogs take on Georgetown on Saturday. At Georgetown, is that possibly the signature win? What do you think?
It could be. They lost to Georgetown at home their first game. Greg Malinowski went off for 26 points, 6 of 7 from three-pointers. So I think for the Dogs to get a W, you have to have Kamar Baldwin and Aaron Thompson play great perimeter defense to be able to lock them down. Also against Seton Hall, you had Paul Jorgensen and Nate Fowler go off for 33 combined points. The two seniors really led the team. That has to happen as well. So a lot of things have to go the Dogs' way to get that road W, but I think they can possibly do it against Georgetown.
All right, you heard it here first. This is Sam Wiederhaft. I'm Perry Wagner for The Bark.
Next up is our athlete spotlight. Bark reporter Annika Schmidt caught up with women's basketball star Tori Schickel earlier this week. Annika?
All right, so tell me a little bit about yourself. Tell me about where you grew up and how you got into basketball.
Yeah, so I'm from a small town called St. Wendell. It's in the southmost part of Indiana. Huge basketball people here in Indiana. But it's pretty close to Evansville, so kind of growing up, that was kind of always the big thing, was going and playing basketball in Evansville, playing on, the streets and the outside and doing those kinds of things for fun. But really what got me into it was my family. My family is very competitive. I have a lot of uncles who like to play a lot of sports, and so they were kind of the big ones that pushed me into it. We played every holiday. Someone always ended up getting hurt, but it was a lot of fun, and they kind of pushed me to be where I am today.
And you for sure have put yourself in the best position possible. 1,000 rebounds and 1,000 points. Talk to me a little bit about how that feels and how supportive your teammates and coaches were. Obviously, that's huge for you. So just talk to me a little bit about that.
Yeah, it is. It's a great feeling. Obviously, those have been two of my goals since I've gotten here. Never knew those steps could be here starting freshman year, but I've had such supportive coaches who have always believed in me, who have always given me that chance and given me the opportunity with the ball in my hands and the time on the court, and then also teammates that just support me and are very confident in what I can do. Not a lot of people can say that starting freshman year their teammates were just so confident in everything that they did, and that's really helped me grow as a player and as a person, just having that confidence backing me.
As either a student or as an athlete, what was the best moment for you at Butler?
Oh, there are a few. So my freshman year, we got to take a foreign tour over in Australia, and that was amazing. It was a great experience. Very blessed to have that opportunity, and so I think that was a very pivotal moment for me. And then basketball-wise, Coach G can say he remembers the practice that everything changed for me freshman year, but I don't remember it quite like that. But something just clicked in my head, and I just really felt like, I can come out here and I can compete and I can contribute to my team in different aspects of the game. And I hadn't really had that confidence yet, and so that was a very pivotal moment. And then just in school, I think I switched my major sophomore year, and that was so pivotal for me, and everything started looking up, and I could see where I wanted to go in my future. So I'm just really excited to build on those things from where I'm at.
So you're a senior, so tell me what's next for you. Is it professional? Are you going to look up to someone like Brianna Stewart and try to go that route, or where are you looking to go after?
Yeah, I think, Bree Stewart, she's definitely a great role model in that aspect, but I've thought about, playing professional and just going to have to kind of see the opportunities I get. So it's definitely an option, but I'm also trying to keep, all the other options open as well, just in case. Thinking about getting my master's, my MBA, so looking then as well to get a graduate assistant position to also pursue the coaching side of things, and then eventually hopefully to go into medical device sales is the end goal. So just trying to keep all my options open and look down several different paths at the same time.
The Butler women's tennis team had success in their first home game last Saturday here at Butler, but Big East season is coming up. They have a lot of work to do, and Catalina Gallegos has the story.
After having their first home game, the Butler women's tennis team is now in full swing for this season. They've already had some ups and downs, with their overall current record being 3-4. The Bulldogs have plenty of time to focus on strategies before the season tightens up with more Big East games. Members of the singles team cheer on their teammates playing doubles. Butler women's tennis assistant coach Rachel Sutton expresses what the Bulldogs need for success.
Definitely strengths is our work ethic and just our team chemistry. I think they get along really well and they push each other every day. We just keep working on just like strategy and those patterns. That's what we've been nailing home. So it's all coming together right when it needs to be, which is good. And then we still have a lot more season, still have 3 more months, so it's exciting. So we're excited for it.
The Bulldogs take on Indiana University this Saturday at Bloomington at 5 p.m. With IU's current record being 4-1 and the Bulldogs being 3-4, it should be an interesting match.
And that's it for our first episode of The Bark. We hope you guys all enjoyed.
And we hope you come back next week, as we'll have even more on both basketball teams as they continue their runs to the postseason.
Thanks for watching, guys. I'm Chelsea Grove.
And I'm Perry Wagner.
Go Dogs.